What's going on, guys? Welcome to my video today on Hawaii Knife and Gear. I have something a little bit different. Today I happened to win the knife equivalent of Storage Wars. In this box here are a whole bunch of knives, about a dozen different knives that I won in the Honolulu surplus auction. Now, they will post stuff, about a half a dozen different listings a week, and this is all stuff that was seized from TSA at the Honolulu airport. So it was a random mixed bag. They do a lot of different lots of stuff, and there was a couple in this one that caught my eye, so I put a bid on it. Happened to win this entire box of stuff for a pretty crazy price. So I'm going to go through them all real quick. I'll start with all the junk kind of toolbox gas station type knives, and then work all the way up to the ones that I was really interested in and made this whole auction win worth it here today. So first one, obviously there was some garbage in here. This is a mossy oak whooped beater of a knife. Okay, no big deal. There were a couple dive knives in there. This is a US Divers blunt chisel tip dive knife. Unfortunately, this one did not have a sheath with it, but this one did. This is a Blackie Collins Sequest dive knife. So pretty cool. Comes with a nice leg sheath there. There was some other random stuff in there. There was a Home Depot special Milwaukee fixed blade work knife. Already been beat on. There was some strange random stuff in there. I don't even know what this thing is, to be honest with you, but it was in there with its tiny little sheath. There was this guy, which is a pretty whooped Winchester fixed blade. Surprisingly comfortable little fixed blade, but it's just kind of beat. Needs some love and polish. And then getting into some of the other stuff, start to see the reason why I decided to bid on this. I wasn't actually sure what this one is. I think it's missing a piece to the sheath, but interesting little, I'm not sure if this is a dive knife or not, or if it's just a fixed blade type. I'm not actually sure what that brand is. If anybody recognizes that moniker, go ahead and leave it in the comments. But I think it's missing a piece to the sheath, so the knife doesn't actually stay in there. There's no retention to it. But this wasn't the reason why I bid on this lot. Starting to get into some of the other stuff that I thought was interesting. This guy here, if I can get it in frame, which I did definitely want, and I will absolutely make use of this. There was a SOG Folding Saw, which I thought was pretty cool. This will come in very handy for doing coconut tree trimming, which I occasionally do. Comes in this nice little belt sheath, so I can hang it off myself while I'm climbing. So that right there will definitely get some use out of. There was this guy, which actually looked a lot bigger in the listing photo that they had. This is a Ruko little Tanto fixed blade. Was considerably smaller than I was expecting, but no big deal. Still wasn't the reason why I bid on the auction. One of the other ones that was in there, clean this guy up a little bit. This is a Smith & Wesson boot knife, HRT. And still, that is not any of the reason why I bid on this. This was another one that was in there, which I thought was pretty interesting, and it's actually a surprisingly nice little knife. This is a Muela from Spain. Pretty neat little fixed blade. Again, needs a little bit of polish and needs an edge put on it, but it's a surprisingly comfortable little fixed blade knife. So, the Muela, definitely happy with this guy. Very nice little leather sheath to it. Get to focus. And then finally, one of the other ones that I thought was really cool, this is a SOG Field Pup. Looks to be in pretty much brand new condition. Unfortunately, this one did not include any kind of sheath with it. I think this was originally sold with a black leather sheath, so let's see if I can try and find something that'll fit and that'll work with it. But it's actually a very surprisingly comfortable little knife. I do like this one. So this one by itself pretty much paid for the cost of what I won the auction for, but the other one that I was kind of surprised with, and this could possibly be my favorite one. This isn't the last one, but this little guy, I'm not sure, it doesn't have any markings on it, but this looks to me to be somebody's custom in this really nice little leather sheath. This one is Stag and what looks to me possibly to be Koa, which wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of custom knife makers out here in Hawaii, so it's totally thinkable that this one could have made its way into somebody's bag at the airport and they forgot to take it out. And it is a nice little Damascus custom fixed blade. It is extremely comfortable, real nice thick blade stock, and the way he alternated the wood and the Stag just makes for a really comfortable grip on this thing. So I was very pleasantly surprised with this little knife. I'm not normally into small knives, but this one just fits and feels really good in your hand. So this was a score all by itself. I thought this was, you know, it looked kind of like garbage in the picture. They don't take the best photos for the listing, but this one did not look like anything special in the picture. And when I went to pick up the box today, it was a surprisingly nice little custom-made Damascus knife. So I'm very stoked on this guy. And it's nice little leather sheath, has great retention to it, belt loop to it, so very cool little score. And then the last one, this is actually the reason that I even bid on this listing, but this was really the score. This was the whole reason I wanted to scoop this auction up. This is the Tops EOD Karambit. And I believe this knife goes for about 125 bucks online, and it is just a chunky user type combat knife. And for what I paid for the auction, wasn't even half of what this thing is really worth. Get to focus here. Ontario Knife Company, and doesn't look to have much of any use to it, just a little tiny bit, but in really good shape overall. So I thought that this was, you know, the whole reason I was bidding on the auction was for this guy here, and then got a couple other cool little bonuses out of it. So was happy with my my auction win for the day. So a little bit different change of pace from eBay stuff, but you know, to be able to win some of these guys, it's definitely a cool score today. So more fixed blades than I know what to do with for right now, but just wanted to share them with you guys, see what y'all think. If you have any information, if anybody happens to recognize the maker on this guy, certainly let me know. But I would say probably might have better luck trying to take this one to the Hawaii Custom Knife Show and see if anybody knows whose work this is. But very cool little blade. So, but that's what I got for today. This whole pile of knives here, compliments of Honolulu TSA. So just a kind reminder to everyone, when you decide to travel and you want to fly somewhere, take your knives out of your pockets, or else they will end up with somebody like me who buys them all at once in a big lot of stuff. So that's my video for today, guys. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I'll catch you in the next video.